Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Antonio talking about things he does not know about because he's insecure and wants to feel the reassurance of being accepted by this cruel and unforgiving society.
Oh hi, didn't see you there. I'm your host Antonio, welcome back. Today we will be discussing the newly released footage of the fall of Notre Dame Cathedral. Talking to us from Paris, Carl will bring us more information about this tragedy. Take it away, Carl. Thanks, Antonio. I'm sitting in a building about a block away from the cathedral, and let me tell you, it's chaos out there. Having burned down in flames, most people have their phones out on the streets recording the destruction of this ancient structure. Still unknown, the cause of the fire is baffling the forensic team investigating the ruins. Fortunately, however, we have received news that the church is confident that Notre Dame can and will be restored. Hold on to your baguettes, my friends, because we're about to rendezvous back to you. Take it away, Antonio. You having a hard time there, Carl? Looks like someone didn't pay attention in English class.
Alright guys, let's be nice to Carl now. This is a teachable moment.
Alright, you're right. Let me teach everyone about modifiers, now that the topic has come up. A modifier is a word or phrase that describes or gives more detail about something. Carl, you said, having burnt down in many flames, most people have their phones out on the streets recording the destruction of this ancient structure. Here, you tried to use a dangling modifier, which is a modifier that references a subject not clearly stated in the sentence. You attempted to modify ancient structure, but instead, you modified most people. Silly, Carl. That's a misplaced modifier. You made us believe that the people of France were on fire. If you wanted to say it correctly, it would have been, having burnt down in flames, this ancient structure has most people on the streets recording the situation. Try to avoid misplaced modifiers. Anyways, our next story takes us down to the state of Florida, where police have arrested a man that got a little too caught up in the law. Take it away, Jackson. Why, thank you, Antonio. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here in sunny Hillsborough County, Florida, where I has been recently informed of a very unusual crime by a man named Matthew Joseph Harris. Apparently, he is caught pretending to be a deputy officer, pulling over people on the highway. Little did the poor fellow know, he done pulled over a real detective, who then deduced that he was not, in fact, a real deputy, and proceeded to contact the authorities. The men are now under custody for his action. Back to you now, Antonio.
Wait, guys, where did Antonio go? I don't know. Have any of you seen him? Wait, I thought you had him. Not again, guys.
What in the world was that?
What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, guys. You seriously didn't hear him butcher those verbs? I'm sorry, everyone, but it seems to me that not enough of you know about transitive and intransitive verbs. As you all know, verbs are words that indicate action. However, you should be careful to use them correctly. There are two types of verbs, transitive and intransitive verbs.
Transitive verbs are followed by either a direct object, which refers to the subject, which the verb is describing.
For example, I drank the expired milk. Drank is the verb, which is referring to the direct object, milk. An intransitive verb, however, does not have an object. For example, she cried loudly.
Cried is the intransitive verb, and it has no need for an object.
Something that's also very important when using verbs is subject-verb agreement, which makes sure that the verb is accurately describing the subject.
For example, when Jackson said, "The men are now under custody for his actions," here he referred to man using the plural verb are. This is a grammatical mistake that can easily be changed by fixing the verb to is, which is singular. On the topic of verbs, Jackson, you may commonly confuse them with adverbs. Adverbs are words that describe verbs, adjectives, and even other adverbs. They answer questions when, where, how, and to what extent the action is being done.
Adverbs can often give more clear representations of your thoughts and add more details to your verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. For example, the man quickly realized that he was not a real deputy. Quickly is the adverb describing the verb realized. Adverbs are often confused with adjectives, so it is important to use the proper suffixes such as ly, wards, and wise. Anyways, it seems we've ran out of time, but I hope that you all have learned a lesson about modifiers, verbs, and adverbs thanks to my friends Jackson and Carl. I'm your host, Antonio, and I'll see you next week on